Hey everyone, welcome back to the CWC Age podcast. I'm your host Chris, and today we're doing something a little different. This isn't a deep dive episode into leadership or lean or coaching like you would used to. This one's personal to me because today I just want to say thank you. We've officially hit 611 downloads, and that might not sound massive in the podcasting world, but for me, it's absolutely everything. It's 611 moments where someone like you pressed play. 611 times where people trusted me with their time, their attention, and their curiosity. And that means everything. So today I want to take you behind the scenes of what it's really like running CWC Age, the highs, the lows, and the lessons so far. So let's just get at it. When I started this podcast, I didn't have any fancy equipment, a production team, or a marketing budget. I had an idea. I had a message, a story that I thought might help someone out there. Maybe someone transitioning from the military like I was a couple of years ago, maybe a business leader under pressure, or maybe just someone who wants to grow. So I started recording on my iPad, sometimes in the car, often late at night after the kids were in bed. And the first few episodes, let's be honest, they were rough. The audio still isn't perfect, but it wasn't perfect then. The editing is taking forever, and half the time I have no idea what I'm doing. So Google is my friend at the minute and ChatGPT to help me. But I showed up week after week because that's what CWC Age is about, guys. Showing up even when it's tough. And now here we are, 611 downloads later, 13 episodes I think I've done now, 20 more in production, and the feedback, the messages, the support has been unreal. So let's talk about some of the highs because there have been plenty. One that stands out for me was the Lean Made Simple tour in Limavady in Northern Ireland. I got to visit a company called Seating Matters and meet Ryan Tierney's incredible team as part of my main job role. So a big thank you and shout out to my employer. But that visit honestly changed how I look at leadership, simplicity, and continuous improvement. And the response to that episode was incredible. People loved it, and I loved sharing that energy. To see listeners connect with the principles of lean and culture transformation the way I did, that's why I started this. Then there's the episode on coaching in grassroots football, which I did recently, which hit just as hard. That one blew up with parents and coaches and even business leaders messaging me saying, Chris, I didn't expect a football coaching episode to make me rethink my leadership style. Those moments, they remind me that no matter how different our worlds look, leadership, culture, and growth are universal. And to those of you who've reached out to me personally and left a comment or WhatsApped me or shared an episode, thank you. Keep the whole thing going. But let's be real, it hasn't all been easy. There've been nights where I've sat staring at my laptop blankly thinking, what am I going to do? What am I doing? Times where I've been editing at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, felt like running a marathon with no finish line. There's been technical glitches, lost recordings, me not having a clue what I'm doing, and plenty of moments where I thought, no one's listening anyway, so what's the point? And financially, it's all self-funded. No sponsors. Yet. No fancy setup, just a microphone, an idea, and a bit of grit. But that's part of the journey I love because CWC Age was never meant to be polished. It was meant to be real. It's about leadership under pressure, and that includes my own. So yeah, there's tough days, but every time I hit record, I remind myself it's about progress, Chris, not perfection. So what's next for CWC Age? Well, firstly, YouTube. Yep, we're on YouTube at CWC Age. I've started recording using Riverside.fm, which makes editing so much more easier and allows me to share content straight onto YouTube and TikTok and LinkedIn, etc. This means you'll not only get to hear the podcast, you'll get to see the passion and the expression and probably a few coffee cups on the desk. Secondly, guests. Up to now, it's mainly been me. But over the next few months, we're going to hear from leaders I admire, from CEOs, people in the military, mentors, grassroots coaches, even local business leaders who live and breathe leadership every single day. Third, the cwcage.com blog. I aim for every episode, I hope, to come with a written article. LinkedIn and Instagram carousels and reels on these other platforms so you can all share them or use them to quote. It's all going to be there. The next phase is about growth, not just in numbers, but in impact. If the first 611 downloads were about learning and experimenting, the next 5,000, I hope, are going to be about refining and reaching more people. So from me to you, thank you. To everyone who's downloaded, shared, left a review, or sent a message, you're the reason I keep hitting record. To the Lean Made Simple and the grassroots football communities, your feedback has been massive to me. To the guests who've reached out to me, to the listeners who've messaged ideas, thanks. Thanks for shaping the future of this show. And if you're new here, welcome to the CWC Age community. Here's how you can help us grow, people. Follow the show on Spotify or Apple. You'll get the updates every week for my new releases. It makes a massive difference. Subscribe to me on YouTube at CWC Age. The video content is going to be coming fast. Visit cwcage.com. You'll find blogs, toolkits, and free resources. Share your feedback. Tell me what you want to hear next. Because this podcast isn't just mine. It's ours. It's a space to share stories and lessons and ideas that make us all better leaders, mentors, or humans. So here's to the first 600 and to the next 5,000. Thank you for being part of it. Keep showing up, people. Keep learning. And as always, keep your edge.